Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Lewis Speaks 2024, and today I want to talk to you all about trauma as excuse or as a responsibility. I realize that each and every one of us has sustained some level of trauma living in this world. Most people have used their trauma as an excuse to continue to fail in life. And the thing about it is this: you can either use your trauma as an excuse to fail in life, or you can see it as a responsibility to get the things you need. And I'm taking this approach because I see too many times people have been abusing their trauma and using it as a way to avoid taking responsibility, as a way to avoid dealing with life. And the thing about it is this: we all went through some traumatic experiences. If you heard my trauma story, you'd be surprised. You'd be real surprised. But at the same time, it's about taking that trauma that you sustained and using it as a tool to get the things that you need, taking responsibility for your healing. Because yes, when you were younger, it was very difficult to navigate certain systems. You know, it was very hard for you to actually have the language to describe what was happening to you. So yes, in that respect, you may have been a victim. But at the same time, to continue to remain a victim in life is not going to get you anywhere. All it's going to do is perpetuate trauma. And you'll keep on being locked into this state of trauma. You will not get anywhere. You will not get anywhere. It's not your fault what happened to you, but it is your responsibility to do something about it. You've got to do something about it, because the thing about it, nothing gets better if you don't do anything about it. There comes a point where you have to actually say to yourself, enough is enough. I have to do better. I want better. Therefore, I have to do something different. Okay? I have to do something different. It starts there. It's about identifying the many ways that trauma shows up in your life. Asking yourself, how does trauma manifest itself in my life? And taking the necessary steps to do things different. Change your way of thinking. Disrupt those patterns that exist in your head, you know? Because every day I serve some client who continues to weaponize their trauma, and they continue to use it as an excuse to not do anything in life. Well, I had a bad childhood. Well, I was abused as a kid. Well, I was this. Well, I was that. Well, I was that. I hear you. And that was awful what happened to you, but at the same time, you are now charged with the responsibility of getting the things that you need, regardless of how you were raised. It's about reparenting yourself and giving yourself the things that you need. And is that easier said than done? Of course it is, but it's necessary, because nothing changes if you don't change things. If you continue to just operate from a state of victimhood, if you continue to say, well, this is my life and there's nothing else that can get better and I can't do anything about it and I'm powerless to my experience, well, guess what? That's exactly where you're going to stay. Powerless. You have to actually take the necessary steps. For one, identifying and saying to yourself, yes, I am traumatized. Yes, this is how my trauma has shown up in my life. But I want different. I want to feel happy. I want to feel joyful again. I want to have purpose in my life. I want to have meaning. I want to do something different. I want to not have to deal with this anxiety, this depression, these issues. And then you have to take the necessary steps, because nothing changes if you continue to blame everybody else for your situation. If you continue to not do the work, nothing changes. So that's it. Will you continue to use your traumas as an excuse? Or will you see your traumas as an opportunity to take responsibility for your life and actually get the things that you need? You got to. And you got to decide. Now, if you choose to use your trauma as an excuse, all you're going to end up doing is dying an early death, and your life will have been wasted. Now, if you want to use your trauma as an opportunity to help other trauma survivors, if you want to use it as an opportunity to help and uplift yourself, if you want to use your trauma as a window and as an invitation to take responsibility, sure, let's do it. Let's do the work. But it's about doing the work, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't want to do the work. They want to shirk responsibility. They want to basically pass the buck, blaming everybody else. They don't want to take accountability for the choices that they have made. Because right or wrong, life is about choices. Life is just a series of choices that we make. You know? You make the right choices, you get the right outcome. And sometimes, that's not even guaranteed. Sometimes people make the right choices, but they still get the wrong outcomes. At the same time, it increases the likelihood of a good outcome if you make the right choices. While it's no guarantee, it definitely increases the likelihood. But if you make bad choices, guess what? You will be getting bad outcomes. It's just that simple. Because me personally, I'm just getting tired of sitting day after day, listening to people complain about their lives, and they don't want to do anything to change it. All they want to do is live in the problem as opposed to living in the solution. No, there comes a point, yes, you vent, you share the issue, you share your feelings, you explore those feelings, but then we have to move beyond feeling. We got to move beyond feeling, and we have to get to the facts. The fact is, if I continue to allow myself to feel this way, I'm not getting anywhere in life. So I have to put these feelings to the side and actually start taking steps to get myself the things that I want so that way I can feel different. Because when you take action steps, when you take those necessary steps, you're going to feel different. But if you're going to continue to lock yourself in a feeling, you get nowhere. So stop making excuses. I don't know who this video is for, but I'm going to tell you right now, stop making excuses and start taking responsibility for your life. You've got to start taking responsibility, because blaming everybody, that ain't going to get it. All that's going to get you is ignored, and people don't want to deal with it. They don't care. People don't care. Okay, yeah, and you want to blame this, blame your mama, blame your daddy, blame your sister, brother, your greasy granny, blaming anybody, that ain't going to help. That's not going to help. What's going to help is identifying there's a problem, finding out what steps you need to take in order to lift up out of that problem, taking those steps, and evaluating your progress, and also some challenges and barriers, That's what's going to change your life. The end. So I hope this video lands on some real active, open ears. Please begin to take responsibility for your traumas. We all got them. It's time to heal. Lewis Speaks, y'all. Wake it up. Peace.